growing up, we had this cleaning exercise called environmental sanitation, where every last Saturday of the month, everyone is expected to come out and clean their neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right? But we've all grown, we're adults now, and I see it differently now.
Okay.
Right? So I'd like to hear what your thoughts are from, of course, we all participated in environmental sanitation back in the days. What are your thoughts around environmental sanitation?
Well, it was one of those things that by the time we became reasonable, quote and unquote, we realized that it was just a pure waste of time. I'll give you a practical example. On the street where we used to live, every environmental will come out and dig out the gutters with the hope that the government will bring the truck to come and clear it. Now, if you you dig out the gutters on a Saturday, you expect the government to come on the Monday. If they don't come on the Monday, by the time that thing is dried and the rain falls the next time, what happens?
It all goes back into the gutters.
And now this is a country, Nigeria, where we grew up, where we know that we had a lot of rain. It's not like, you had at least 6 months of the year, you had some form of rainfall.
Yeah.
So it was almost guaranteed that rain will fall. Now, that's one. Then two, the idea of the compulsion behind it, where everybody would not go out between 7 and 10 o'clock, was also very funny, because even if you were living in a place that was already clean, you were forced to be indoors.
So that's losing man hour.
Losing man hours, losing productive hours, 3 productive hours every Saturday, every month.
Yeah, one last Saturday of every month.
Yes.
Now, I think because this was born out of the recent flooding across different states in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Right. And the spotlight was on Lagos.
Yes.
Because of course we know Lagos is the hub of Nigeria. And there was a lot of back and forth around it, that there were deaths everywhere. And so people were talking about how they put their debts together, but no one comes to clear them, right? And when it rains, it all goes back into the gutter, which has caused the flooding and all that story. However, for me, my thought around environmental sanitation, in my books, it's failure on the part of the government, especially when it is mandatory. Because across the world, countries like Rwanda, Nigeria, Singapore, Tanzania, I think Tanzania as well, Indonesia.
I think maybe Japan.
Yes.
Okay.
Japan as well. They have this sanitation thing.
Yeah.
But for these other countries, it's not mandatory. It's more like communal. So people come together and decide to just clean.
Yeah.
But Rwanda and Nigeria are the only countries where it is mandatory, where if you don't take part in it, you get penalized.
Yeah.
People from Rwanda can argue that, yes, we do it and it works for us because Rwanda is seen as the cleanest country in Nigeria, not in Nigeria now, it's the cleanest country in Africa, especially Kigali, which is the capital city, is seen as the cleanest country in Africa. So they can argue that it works for us. But in Nigeria, it doesn't work. Now, you make it mandatory, you arrest people that don't take part in it. Because I remember there growing up, people would play football on the streets. Then you see this van, they come out to arrest people playing football, right? So it was just funny. In my opinion, like I said, it's failure on the part of government.
Between 1999 and 2007, and I want to bring a political angle to it, I think Donald Duke was governor of Cross River State. At that time, I lived in Calabar. Calabar was clean and green. And I can tell you, all they did was that they changed the attitude to waste in the urban areas. Now, I don't know about everywhere in Calabar, but the urban areas. What happened was that things that never used to happen, there was now a centralized waste collection. You would see at a particular place, there was a big waste bin, waste truck, whatever. People now had to take their waste from their houses to that place. Instead of dumping in your houses or expecting. Now contrast it with when I now lived in Lagos. What we were expecting was that they banned this mobile people that we in Lagos we call them Kole. They used to come round to. They said because they used to say they dump the refuse in the wrong place. So they
Which
ban
made
them.
sense.
Yes, they ban. They are fine. I'm not against the banning, but you have to change the attitude of the people. You alluded to it when you said that at the beginning of the video, there was like, I remember where we were leaving, we were told, oh, you are expected to take your dump to a particular place,
Yeah,
and in that place the government will come to carry it. But when you think about it, it was when you go to that place to dump it, it's overflowing.
yeah,
The government is expected to come and take your refuse every week. Doesn't show up in some weeks, doesn't show up in 3 weeks. What happens? People's refuses in their houses are overflown. And when it is overflown, people look for illegal ways to dump, which is bad. We are not encouraging that.
yeah,
But we're saying that what we need to change is the attitude towards refuse collection, not just the idea of changing, making it environmental. Now you brought back the environmental sanitation, make it compulsory for people to do it. Have you changed the attitude of the refuse collection?
yeah. As much as I want to change the attitude of people, clearly people shouldn't dump waste anywhere.
No.
Right. You also, like you said, you also need to put in systems that ensure that dump sites are cleared.
Yes.
Right. Waste is collected when they should be collected.
Yes.
Now, you talked about the political angle to it, and that's the interesting thing about Nigerians. The moment a subject is raised, people make it political, right? Because I know because this was a heated conversation on X
Yeah.
around, oh, Lagos is dirty, the government is not doing what they should, and all of that. Then someone that doesn't live in Nigeria, most likely the UK, made a tweet saying that, of course, it's all political, like I said, saying that, oh, you guys are talking about about not doing environmental sanitation. Where you live in the UK, don't you clean your garden? And when I saw that tweet, for me, it was because I know that when people want to start going political, people start saying things that don't even add up.
Yeah.
Because the garden is not a public property. It is your space. So there's no way you can compare environmental sanitation to you cleaning your garden.
Just when people say, like you said, it's just your garden, whether it is your front or your back garden, it's your responsibility. It's clearly defined. There's a difference between it. It's not in the average
It's not public property.
Exactly, it's your private thing. But when you're talking about in your house, your private house in Lagos, you're talking about where there is your house, there is the gutter. They say, oh, you're from the front of your house to the gutter is part of your where you should clean, and you clean up to the gutter. You even take pains, and the government should come and evacuate the gutter. They don't evacuate the gutter, or they do it not as frequent as they should. What do you think will happen? Now, please, the most important thing is do not dump waste in your gutters. It's a very, very, we've seen the resultant floods. We've seen what has happened. What we need is a change in approach to refuse collection.
Change in approach by the citizens.
By the citizens, by the government.
By the government.
Especially the local government, because that is the primary work of the local government.
Do you think in Nigeria, environmental sanitation can help the country achieve cleanliness? We can argue that Rwanda has done it, but as Nigerians living in Nigeria,
as it's presently constructed,
can you achieve cleanliness?
As it's presently constructed, no. And I'll tell you why I say as it's presently constructed. This is what happens. We can not every environmental. First set of people think of how if it is 6:30, how to leave their house before the time and get to where they are going. For those who need to travel, that's one. Then the second thing is for those who are regularly even cleaning their houses and cleaning their environments. What do they want this last Saturday to be? What I look at is, which is what should not even wait till the once a month Saturday is clearing the drains, taking out the refuse from the homes, having a regular time for clearing bins. If it is weekly or fortnightly, let it be done regularly, not done once in a while, not once every month you see a lawnmower truck that comes and then people are saying that. What is happening is because these services are not working for people. That's why people are using the so-called illegal means, like dumping in the gutter, kole. But I'm not justifying. I'm saying what should happen is we should have a change in approach. If a street called the name of a street, maybe Akinyemi Street, everybody on Akinyemi knows that Loma is going to come. That is, Loma is the regulatory body for waste management in Lagos. Loma is going to come every Tuesday so that everybody pick out their bins on Tuesday and Loma truck comes, carries their bins. But the problem that we have, and I say this to you, is Loma will say, oh, we cannot come to that street because everybody on that street has not paid their Loma dues. And the question is, how do you collect effectively all these levies and fines for the local government? That is where the CDA comes in, the Community Development Association. But all these things are not working effectively. If they are working effectively, we would have a smooth process, which is what needs to happen.
I agree, but environmental sanitation for me is failure on the part of the government. That's how I see it. Having people sit at home for 3 hours once a month, and even goes further because markets also on Thursdays are not open for 3 hours.
They wait till, so there's
you can't open that. You can't open your shop until I think 10 a.m.
you know,
because you are expected to clean your surrounding.
so the
So
point
my question is, where is now the role, or what is and where is the role of government or the council in all of these? Yes, the government can't do everything. Our job as citizens is to ensure that we don't dump waste illegally,
yeah,
right? Government provides a dump site where we dispose our refuse and all
yes,
that. Then government cleanse it, right?
and we pay for
Penalize,
it.
exactly. If as citizens, if someone dumps refuse illegally, arrest the person, pay the fine, do all of those. But asking people to stay at home for 3 hours to clean the environment, to open your place of business for 3 hours to clean, I don't think it's.
To me, it's just
When I was much younger,
let me say to you, and forgive me, it's one of the carryovers from military regimes. That's what it is. That
no, but every government that comes in, they tell you we're bringing change, we're bringing change, we're bringing change. So we can't keep talking about military regime after 26 years, right? No, now after 26 years, people that are 26 years are married, they have kids already. So we can't keep complaining about.
well,
Let's not even go into the political side of these things.
okay.
But
Let's not. The thing is that we need to make. I see. This is my belief, and I always say to any of my friends that I meet who are in government, we don't know how to sell easy ideas to the people to catch on. That's
well, you are going political.
no. Hold on. Let me give you an example. What the aim is to have a cleaner environment, right? The simple thing is, okay, we are going to have a cleaner environment, but this is how we are going to do it. Every Tuesday, we will have a truck come to your street and pick up all your refuse. For that truck coming every Tuesday, you are going to pay us XYZ amount every month. Now, when you've done that consistently, if you say Tuesday, that's up. If you say weekly, fortnightly, that's fine. Then when you finish that, you now say, if then we catch you going contravening these laws, this is the second option you have. Like now, you have your regular waste collection. Then if you have a big thing, you need to think of, okay, this is our waste site. This is where you need to go. Per local government, this is where you need to go. This is our dump site, you go there. No, so you just structure it and you would see, even in that way, recycling will pick up, things will pick up. People will even gladly do all these things and we will not have any problem.